Howdy friends, welcome back to the House of Tone. My name is Wes Lee. I'm a professional band instrument repair technician. I started a YouTube channel to show what my life is like in the trades. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. The resounding question, Wes, where have you been? Why are we only seeing these shorts? What's going on? Friends, it's the end of 2022 and this video is just as much for me to be able to look back as it is to show you where I'm at right now. 2022 has been an absolutely wild year. This year, I've worked from dark in the morning till way past dark at night at an unsustainable pace. I checked the records right before I made this video. We're at just over 1,700 horns for the year. That's mind-blowing. If you were working 40 hours a week, that would be like 40 minutes a horn. Not really doable at all, especially for what I do. So the long hours are what has been going on. Because of that, the YouTube content has slowed down. I couldn't put it out the way that I wanted to, but I wanted to keep showing things, and so I resorted to making shorts. Some people like them, some people don't. It is what it is. I'm glad you're watching this, and I'm glad to be making this video. Last year at this time, we had around 5,000 subscribers. As of today, we're at 94,000. We broke 94,000. That's absolutely unbelievable to me. Absolutely unbelievable. I get calls and emails every day from all across the country. And let me just go ahead and put this out there. I'm not looking to take on any work. I'm just showing what we do in the trades. In the future, that may change. But right now, I'm not taking on any work. So yeah, we're about to break 100,000. 100,000 people watch these videos. I figured that it was going to be like my mom and my sister and like maybe someday the grandkids, if I ever have any, would like, what did Grandpappy do back in the day? I never. So thank you. Thank you for joining in the videos. Thank you for following. Thank you for commenting. In 2023, we are going to have long videos. We're going to have the shorts. And we're also going to do a quick hit of like tech tips. And it'll be one specific thing. It'll be a few minutes long. It won't be a short. It will be in the long style. And it'll be specific to a particular topic. And we've got a few lined out. And if there's a topic on that you would like me to cover, then like shoot me an email. I've partnered with V6 Creatives in making music for the shorts. Also to do a channel intro. Thought that was pretty cool. That's an upstart company. If you have a project or you do work or you need some music or mixing or video work, reach out to them. I highly recommend. Hardworking, priced right, young dude, really doing a good job. Great head on his shoulders, and I think is a very big asset to the creative community. And I will put his email address in the description. So that's the three type formats that we're going to do for the YouTube so that I can continue to make all of the videos. And I want to push the channel forward. Like I said, I won't be taking on any YouTube work at this point. I have to work through the backlog of instruments that I have in my shop and what we've got going on in our area. 2022, we bought a building. My business started March of 2020. The first things that I repaired were scanners for a grocery store, a vacuum tube studio microphone, swimming timing gears, coffee pots. If you were a fan of Andy Griffith, there used to be a man that had Emmett's Fix-It Shop. My shop resembled Wes's Fix-It Shop. If it needed fixing, I could get it done. And we sustained. My business was originally built in a trailer to be mobile. It morphed out of that and morphed into a small space that was 22 by 22, and we went to work, and then we started renting all kinds of storage facilities, and things just kept happening and kept happening. And this year we bought a facility. It's blown my mind. I am so humbled to be able to do what I do. I miss playing music. I miss my life on the road, but I was kind of moving out of that anyway. And the good Lord just pushed me and coaxed me in the right direction. And as I promised my daddy, I would follow through. And so that's what we've done. Things have really worked out. I gave you a brief kind of walkthrough when we first moved in. If you've seen that and you saw how sparse things were, things are still pretty sparse. The shop is a work in progress. It's only getting worked on in the areas that, like, this is what I have to focus on right now, today, to get this job done. Everything is still happening. I'm going to post, of course, at the end of 2023, and it's going to be amazing to come back and watch this one so that we can see what's changed in a year. So we're going to do a shop tour. I'm not really a fan of shop tours, but that's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you around. I've talked about the projects that we're going to do, and yeah, the way things are moving forward. If you're clicking out here, if you're going to jump, let me tell you, have a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and yours. Be kind. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Thanks, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you in 2023. So what we have here is the Mini Z, the Big Z, and the famous tool rack. Zealous creators that made my beautiful apron. We have air plumbed throughout. This is a new tool that I just got from Freeze Tools. This is the French horn degent kit, shop parts and go boxes, and my tool rack. Parts, and parts. Vintage parts and raw materials. These are our go boxes. We still keep slide tubes. I just unpacked all of those. Soldering is now done in here. Originally it was in the fabrication room. Now it's moved back into here under there because you'll see what's going on in there. If you watch the crushed tuba bell, that's the giant mandrel that I had made. You can see how much larger it is next to the baritone. I will say that the lighting for this room, we had recessed cans everywhere, and we added these 4-foot super bright LEDs, and they screw directly into a recessed can. That has made all the difference in the world. Big giant tables, you notice we put it up on cement blocks to give it enough to give a good working height when you're standing up. And just like a kitchen, this is my triangle. 1, 2, and 3. So it kind of goes like this vise, and this vise. Most of my dent rods all fit into here. This I normally have set up for body work, and then the Mini Z set up for flares. This arbor press has a guard punch installed on it. I now have a fabrication room where everything stays nice and dirty. This is my Sherline lathe. I built the chip pan and a back for it to keep all of the chips in check. Precise drill press with a Proxon XY table, and I added my own LED light to it. Once again, air is plumbed throughout. This is a rod bender for making linkages and whatnot, and that has worked out and become a very big asset. This is my new baby, 1956 South Bend. I was very lucky to find this in my area, and I have been having an absolute ball making parts on this. Floor standing drill press, belt sander, evolution saw, small strapping belt sander. I took the guard off so this is completely floating. Proxon chop saw, highly recommended. This is a low speed grinder, so it turns at 1700 RPM. The chem rooms are never exciting, and neither is ours. We have a couple of ultrasonic cleaners in here among some other things. The big stuff is in another room that's not suitable for showing yet. If we were a woodwind shop, we could totally work out of this area. Like I said, if we were a woodwind only shop, this is a self-sustaining area. All of the woodwind tools are located here, as well as all our pads, corks, and whatnot. This is the most used stuff, and then we have other pads in other places. Starting on the right, this is a little bench motor and grinder that I found, and I've been very happy about that. I put it on a foot switch and it's variable speed. This is my flute pad oven. It's just a heat lamp. I put the flag up to remind myself when I've put a horn in, as well as having a timer. This is a generic arbor press that I found. I use that for stamping resonators on saxophone pads now. This cute little buffer has built-in dust collection. I have a wall of my big tools, vise with a V-block for doing dent work. One thing you'll notice about my shop is that I have whiteboards or post-it notes. I have stuff everywhere. I have to write it down, and I have to write it down in multiple locations. I'm moving so fast, and I'm getting old. Behind the wall is just a complete crazy mess of tools and whatnot. It's controlled, organized chaos. Miss K's side's much prettier than my side. I like having a countertop so that I can just scribble on that and then wipe it away with alcohol. My heat gun stays up here ready to use my blazer torches, assembly blocks, all the normal stuff. Lots of screwdrivers, all that. All the tool cabinets have tools in them that we don't use every day. The most used stuff stays out. So that's it. That's where we're at. We went from a 22 by 22, moved in to something a bit bigger and a bit more spread out and less dust everywhere, a lot less cross-contamination, and developing more parts and supplies and methods, just continuing to push my education, just like always. I cannot express how much gratitude I have for sharing and watching the videos and commenting and the words of encouragement. I can't express what it means to me. Absolutely beautiful thing. And I'm not alone. Like, I'm not one of a kind. I'm just a guy. And there are guys that are doing work light years beyond what I do. I just try to be honest and show what it is that we do, how we do it, and hopefully encourage younger folks to come into the trade. There are multiple ways of making a living being a musician that don't involve playing music or touring for a livelihood. If you want to teach and work on instruments and play music, all of these things are completely achievable in having a great life. Before I went out on my own, back in the old days, I basically toured for 6 months and worked in the shop for 6 months. I crafted my life to be around music 24/7. My father was an incredible band director that I could not follow in his footsteps. So I made my own path and found out how to do it. Go to trade school. Talk to your local place about being an apprentice. I'm not in the position yet where I can take an apprentice, but someday I hope that is in the cards for us, to be able to pass on, to be able to hand off my scribbled notes of parts that I've made. That is the goal. I'm not there yet. There's still much work to be done. I continue to push and try to put out the best possible work that I can. But I'm learning every day. Every dent is different. Every pad goes in. Yeah, there's a basic way to do it, but every pad going in is different. And we'll just keep pushing and keep having that lesson over and over and over again. And if you're in repair school, soak it all in. Take everything and figure out, make as many mistakes as you can so that you are learning what not to do when you get out in the field, and have conversations with old timers, because you learn stuff. Check the ego, talk to an old timer, learn something. That's it. That's the one lesson. Just got to go and do it. All right? Cool. It's late. It's raining. I'm tired. It's not whiskey in this cup. It's coffee. I'm just dreaming about the brown water. I appreciate y'all so much. Happy holidays. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you on the other side. This is Wes Lee, signing out.